Shalom, shalom, Akim. Brothers from GMSRaleigh, North Carolina, come back with another quick lesson through the spin power of Yahweh Shemal Shai. Before we get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who moved well and taught us the truth. And shalom to all the brothers out there throughout the four corners of earth, pushing this word and our righteousness and sincerity. And this is kind of just like an open form lesson, man. There's a lot of things going on, throughout the four corners of the earth right now, and basically, we could go into prophecy, man. So, brother want to start off?
Yeah, I got a precept. St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only."
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, only the Heavenly Father knows when He's going to send Lord Yahweh Shai, who our people ignorantly call Jesus, back to redeem the elect and destroy this kingdom and bring forth the everlasting kingdom. Nobody knows. Okay? It says, verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be."
Speak up.
Well, I mean, this is all spiritual because you're going to be hearing helicopters in Jacob's trouble,
Yeah.
A whole bunch of that going on, but it says, verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." All right, and what were they doing in the days of Noah? The majority of these people weren't taking heed to the times that they were in. Scripture said there's a time and place and a season under the heavens. And we in the time at the end of this rulership, Esau, so-called white man's rulership.
That's right.
All right, and it's going to catch a lot of people off guard, just like in the times of Noah. It says, verse 38, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark." There's such thing called too late, man. Majority of our people aren't taking heed. They're eating and drinking, partying. You got Jake going hard to make word before COVID-19, man.
That's right.
Getting, chicks twerking, no panties on, just doing a whole bunch of, folliness, man. Okay, marrying, having sex, getting married, not discerning the times that we're in, until the Lord shuts the internet down and brings forth the remaining prophecies, man. Our people are going to get caught up in all the destruction the Lord has planned for them.
I got a precept for you, bro. This is second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" So just saying, just like the brother saying, we're in the time that death and destruction is about to be at an all-time high. As the scripture just said, it's going to be this is the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of great mourning, man. The beginning of great death. We're seeing people die at a higher rate right now. The evils going throughout the earth. A very wicked vibration. People shooting each other at an all-time high. There's a lot of evil things that's going on in earth, and Ezra is like, what shall I do in those days, man? And really, because Ezra is a part of the elect, so we know the elect are going to be protected in that day. But that was our mind frame, like, what shall we do in that day? And it's trusting Yahweh Shemal Shai. Just a little bit more, it says, verse 19, it says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." So even though our people are catching hell right now, these are scourges, which means beatings, all right, for what? Amendment, which means a change of life, man. Just like the brother said, in the days of Noah, what were they doing? Eating, drinking, marrying, basically partying, bullshitting, okay? And that's the same thing that people are doing now. But at the same time, they're being scourged, But we're going to see what's going to happen to them. It says, verse 20, it says, "But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges." So even though Jake is being chastised right now by Yahweh by Shemal Shai, they're not gonna turn away from the wickedness. Like the brother said, they're turning up in wickedness, man. They go even farther and not being mindful of the scourges. These things are happening for you to change and repent to Yahweh by Shemal Shai. There's a little bit more in this. Okay. If you had anything, brother.
No, you keep reading.
God. It says just some examples right here. It says, "For many," verse 22 says, "For many of them that shall dwell So like I said, dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And that's what I wanted to get. These people are going to suffer death and destruction because they don't want to turn from their wickedness, man. And that's the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. So that was it.
If I may say, those scourges, the Lord's using these jacking our people up to show them, look, I'm about to bring even more judgment. Now's the time to get right, because the doors of mercy are still open for our people. Can I bring this? This is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. We see Yahweh Shema Shai visiting this place. The Lord is bringing judgment upon our people, daily. And the brother just brought that scripture about a great famine that's coming to the land of America. The Lord said those of his household, his servants, they were going to eat during that time. So now's the time for you to seek the Lord. You gotta measure the time. You gotta realize what time we are actually living in. Things are only going to get worse. This whole COVID-19, it's going to lead to the vaccine and ultimately the RFID chip. The RFID chip is going to be your only means of buying and being, part of the society.
That's right.
And if you don't got Yahweh Shema Shai on your side, you're going to be asked out. A little bit more, it says, verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, if brothers have an earthquake app, if you don't, download it, see how many earthquakes are going on daily, in diverse places, in different places around the world, uproars of the people. Now you have people protesting about how they don't want to wear a mask anymore, it's unconstitutional for them to have to wear a mask,
That's right.
It's my body, it's my right, So that's going to lead to even more uproars of the people,
Right.
Sedition among men, people fighting against the government, against local officials. It says, in uproars of the people in the world, not just here in America, but across the four corners of the earth, you have rioting out there amongst the Israelis, the so-called Jays. They're just giving about how their economy is going bad, all over this COVID-19. These things right here are just the beginning of sorrows.
That's right.
Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things which spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, and for like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end is manifest. The end, is being revealed. It's being revealed that we're in the end. You have the prophets of the Lord out there on the highways and byways telling you that these things were going to happen. Breaking down the scriptures, starting where Apostle said, the great millstone, the men on down, telling you that these things were going to happen, right before Yahweh Shai will come make his second return.
Can you say something? Because even the land back of that, Lord Yahweh Shai even gave us, examples, like the brother was reading, of what was going to happen in the earth. Like Lord Yahweh Shai said, it's going to be earthquakes in diverse places, seditions among men, commotions and wars, man. So we're seeing that, because it said the end is made manifest, which means to be made known through what's actually happening in the earth right now,
Well, the scripture say men love darkness rather than
light.
light.
That's right.
Because of their evil deeds. Although it's being revealed that we in the end times, majority of our people still left in darkness.
That's right. That's right.
Well, can you jump down to 10?
Yeah, verse 10.
Yeah, verse 10
This is 2 Ezra chapter.
or 9. It's like,
Yeah, 2 Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
yeah, majority of our people who had a chance to repent and seek the Lord, they had liberty to, they loathe the law. They hate the Lord and the word. Scripture say, he that despises you despises me.
Sure.
He that despises me despises the one that sent me. So you hate the men of the Lord and the word that's being brought out through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai. Ultimately, you hate Yahweh Shai. All right, and you're going to get caught up in pitiful. You're going to get left in a pitiful case, and the Lord is going to reject you for rejecting Him. All right, but the scripture did say, "My servants shall eat." You know, we're building up our spiritual bank account now. You know, so we don't get caught up in all that. Verse 10.
Yep. If I may say, it says, shall deliver thee from death, you know? It says, verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Or the scripture say, a gift destroyed the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So you even got Jake, when COVID-19 popped off, they got scared, then the government came through and said, we're going to give you a stimulus package, you're going to get unemployment, you know, things of that nature. Some of these things, you got those loans, man, those PPP loans, where you know, you get a large sum of money, if you ain't got to pay back, it's free money. So they got these gifts, and now they have fell back into the coma, not even trying to seek the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know, and that's going to all come with a penalty.
I may say they haven't known the Lord because they're not keeping His commandments, His ways as well, you know? Nobody's seeking Yahweh Shema Shai here in America except save, you know, His elect.
Right.
You know, like you say something, because the scripture say, what? He say that he know me and keeping not my commandments is a liar. You know, so they don't know Yahweh by Shema Shai, like the elect. The Lord's always be a part of that number. The elect right now are what? Practicing, the laws of Yahweh by Shema Shai, rehearsing the righteous acts,
Right.
doing what the Lord commanded them to do, being obedient. That's how they know the Lord, So,
Right. Scripture say the Lord maketh rich and the Lord maketh poor, you know? So the Lord's controlling everything, but our people, they don't even consider that Yahweh Shema Shai doing these things for them.
That's right.
It says, verse 11, and they that had liberty, and they that have loathed my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
What it say, the wicked knoweth no shame. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel are following after the wicked, which are the Edomites, in their ways. So they hated the law of Yahweh. They had liberty to repent, to turn back and be converted, and to come to their nationality.
That's right.
They loathed the law, they hated it, man.
And on top of that, it said the liberty which goes into grace, but grace is only given to the humble. And I got the scripture to preach it real fast. It says, this is James 4 and 5. It says, but he giveth more grace, that liberty, to get right with Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, therefore he saith, Yahweh Shema Shai resisteth the proud, but giveth more grace unto the humble. All right, so our people, they had a time period to get right, all right, but because of their pride, the Lord rejected them, But the elect of the nation of Israel, they have this time period right now because they're humble to get right with the Lord, and the Lord is going to protect them in the end, man.
Yeah, because what's the definition for pride? Pride is when one departed from his maker.
That's right.
So our people departed from the ways of the Lord. They didn't want anything to do with Yahweh Shema Shai. So at the end, if the kid can't get right, what's according to law? You take him to the council and they stone him. That's our people. They about to get stoned. By way of famine, keep a wild beasts, missiles. Now it's hurricane season. You gotta be on the watch for that.
Yep.
Yep. Can we read the thing of that?
Oh, yeah.
Can we get 12 above the shot?
Yeah. Second Ezra 9 and 11. Let's finish up a little bit. It says, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
The only way they're gonna learn is to be put down, man. The Lord is gonna destroy them. Like the brother was mentioning, some of the plagues that the Lord is bringing, man. Famine, evil times, death, destructions, spirits created for vengeance. You got these Edomite police officers now, who are unloading on Jake, man.
That's right.
In front of the world. This is all of Yahweh Shema Shai,
That's right.
So all these things are going to be brought upon 2/3 of the nation of Israel for not seeking the Lord. That's the only way that they have to be handled, man.
That's right.
Because they're not going to repent.
That's right. And so nothing for them is but death and destruction. I believe the brother told us something.
Yeah,
something. No. I got some real fast. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 verse. I read verse. I'm sorry, verse 16. It says, it's like I started at verse 14. It says, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hand. All right, and that's what we're seeing right now. The Lord said, "Woe unto them that are in the world right now." What? I mean, death and destruction, because a lot of death, a lot of painful, sorrowful things is coming. On a part of that is what? Class rights. A race, different races going against each other. Edomites against Israelites. Israelites against Moabites, which is so-called Chinese. Against the Arabs. All these is going to be one people to fight up against another. It says on verse 15. It's like in verse 16. And there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. What does that mean? So there's going to be what? Sedition among men. What means uprising against the government, and what we're seeing right now, at a very small scale, but it's about to ramp up to where we're actually seeing full-on riots of people killing police officers, going up into the politicians, actually hurting the politicians. This is what's about to come. It says sedition among men, invading one another. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning the authorities that be. All right, from your local mayor to your governor to your president. Okay, they're not going to regard anything the congressman. They're not going to regard any what the authority of this country is going to have to say. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning what? Whatever a man desires to do in that day, he's going to be able to do it without any consequences. It's about to literally be all out anarchy in this place, America, man. I mean, that's what we're telling our people, and we're really talking to the elect of the nation of Israel to get right with Yahweh Shema Shah, so you can be protected in those times, because the times we're about to be living in, if brother could get Daniel 12 and 1. The times that we're about to come in are about to be like never seen on earth. Every atrocity that's happened unto the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is going to look like child's play compared to what the Lord is about to bring now.
And you've seen examples too of government officials being taken over by the people. Like I think in Mexico, the governor that was dragged out in the streets, and then recently the Supreme Court judge, his son, her son got killed and her husband got shot up. But it's going to be on a grander scale. That's a little one-off example, but it's going to be on a grander scale.
That's right.
Right now with these protests, the police are just keeping the peace. No one's really run up on them like that. But if they do, if the cop does get hurt, then they kind of fight back. But it's going to come out where the people, their intentions are going to be to hurt the cops. They're going to be done talking.
That's right.
They're going to actually be fighting.
That's right.
Yeah. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up.
And let's talk about Michael the archangel, man. Okay, one of the head angels under Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, which one angel is able to destroy the earth, man. So this is a high up level angel, man. Okay, all right. So keep on reading, bro.
The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
And children of thy people is talk about the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Because the angels are not going to be protecting 2/3. All right, the angels are going to be destroying 2/3, man. All right, but they will be protecting the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, keep on reading.
And there should be a time of trouble, such as was since there was a nation, even to the same time, and that the time, and that time thy people shall be delivered.
All right, so it said a time like never before. Okay, since there was a nation, man. Okay. So it's going to be literally the worst time on the planet Earth, man, to the point that Michael is going to have to, Michael the archangel and his angels are going to have to protect the elect, man. You say something right? He said, read that last part one more time, brother.
It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
It said everyone that shall be found written in the book. Let's talk about the elect of the nation of Israel, that book of life, man. Okay? All right, because what? The elect are only going to be saved. And we say that all the time because that's just the truth of the matter. The Lord said that he's going to gather his remnant throughout the four, out of all countries, man. Okay? Not the whole nation, And a remnant, when you look at that word, is what? A small number after a great slaughter. All right, so in that time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, 2/3 of you are going to be slaughtered greatly, and the remnant, the elect, are going to be the only ones that will be saved in that time. You know, so this is why we tell you to get right, man, because the Lord is bringing nothing but death and destruction. You can drop that, but anybody have anything else about reading this? Yeah. This is keep on reading. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And that's quarantine, man. You know, quarantine, lockdowns and stuff. You know, what we're seeing right now, I believe even from New York, if you go to any state and they found out you're from New York, that they're going to contain you for 14 days and then ship you back, man. Yep. You know? So people going to desire to go from city to city and will not be able to, man. You know?
Well, if I could just land back off of that, they also still have those FEMA camps set up for some of those northern tribes that was locked up, I believe, from the tribe of Issachar, Zebulun.
That's right.
Over there in, I think, California. I can't remember
Yep,
exactly.
that's what in Arizona.
Yeah,
yep.
so the structure's already there. The buildings, all that stuff is already prepared for a full-out martial law to be implemented. You know, it's all prophecy. It's already, faith boosters, because we're seeing these examples that brothers have done lessons on. That these FEMA camps are going to be set up, and you're not going to be able to go from city to city, man. It's like I was telling you an example of the COVID-19. You brothers about the COVID-19 testing checkpoint off the highways.
Yep.
You know, it's easy from there. There's already plans set up for these things. You know.
That's right. That's right. I'll read a little bit more. It says,
they say that COVID-19 checkpoint is going to go to the vaccine checkpoint. You know, you have the vaccine. You know.
And on top of that, after that, what? The RFID chip.
Yep.
You know, if you have a chip to get here to be here. You know.
Kind of like the movie In Time.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind. It says, verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Okay, because right now you got men that are still comfortable, but it's about to come to a point where all men are gonna be afraid, man, because they're not gonna know or have any assurance of their life, man. All right, so if a man's gonna be afraid, how much more a woman, man?
Right.
You know, and these women get scared of what a bug in the house, man. So how much more, when they got guns to their faces, man? You know.
A spider.
Yeah. It says, verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulation." Because what? The Lord keeps on saying what? There's going to be a famine in the land, a lack of resource of food and water. It said that a neighbor will have no pity upon his other neighbor, man. Okay? Meaning what? He's going to destroy them without even a hesitation, man.
No remorse.
Yep, no remorse. He's gonna be like, what they got, they got what was coming to them. That whole cold spirit is gonna be lingering here in America. What's those?
The love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah. The spirit. Kind. You go there, brother.
Equally shall bound.
Yep.
It's all good, brother. That's the spirit, though, because literally people are already in the world is cold-hearted, man. But it's about to be even. It's about to ramp up even more to where people are not gonna remorse even for killing somebody.
St. Matthew 24:12, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold."
And he said, "The love of many shall wax cold," because you still got communities of people that got love for you, just gonna take care of each other. But it's gonna come to a point where even family members, all right, might kill another family member just to get some food, man. And that's how cold the world is about to live in. But then the Lord said also what? That you're gonna know His servants by the love that they have for one another, man. The men of the Lord, the elected nation of Israel, are going to have love for each other no matter how hard the situation is. It says, keep on reading on this. You done with that book?
Yep.
Okay. Going back to this, it says, verse, jump down. I'm going to jump down to verse 20.
We'll let that be the last one.
Yep, 26. Here it is. Yep. It says, verse 26. It says, "For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against Him, and therefore delivereth He them unto death and destruction." So that's what's gonna happen ultimately. What? To the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. But we know according to the scriptures, like I said in Daniel's, that the elect, the ones written in the book, they're gonna be saved. They're gonna be protected in that day, man. Right? So hey, like bro say, but hey, get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai if you're hearing this message, man. You know, pray unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. All right, and the true name of the only begotten Son is Lord Yahweh Shai, man. All right, pray to those names, and you know, and that you get an understanding of these scriptures, man. That wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. So with that, you know, any other scripture, brother? That's it. All right.
That's it.
So with that, you know, we'd like to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who ruled well and taught us His truth. And shalom to all the brothers out there that the full conserve pushing His word and our righteousness and sincerity. Until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.